All right, welcome back to another episode of Wives Uncorked. Today we have Margaret. Margaret, I'm a little bit unorganized as I am in the back of our new RV, so bear with me as we review this bottle of Zinfandel that I sent you. I had to ask Margaret what bottle of wine I even sent her because I have about 30 stored in the back of our RV. So this might be, though, the most official wine review that I have, because tell me a little bit about your sisters.
Oh my gosh, that's putting me on the spot. I have two sisters who are sommeliers. So they did the whole master test studying. Part of the process in the test is actually sipping the wine in front of judges and then telling them where it's from, what year it is, yada, 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 like something I could never do, but I've been around them. And I've heard a little bit, but I wouldn't consider myself on that level at all.
Well, you're definitely closer than I am. So,
well, you sent us a Zinfandel, and I'm not a huge Zinfandel person, or at least I haven't been in the past. I'm a super, give me something that's super easy to drink and super smooth and really girly. And this is full-bodied, manly, give me a steak, heavy on the blackberry. So I totally enjoyed it. Tate and I opened it with some fish because I was like, oh, I need to try this. And it didn't go well with fish, I will tell you that.
Margaret, why did you not tell me that you were like anything red, not anything?
No, but here's the thing. It's not about not liking something, because I'm developing palates and I'm figuring out flavors and tastes. And I wouldn't say I don't like Zinfandel, but I would reach for the easy Merlot or something, like that. That's what I would reach for. But I like what, I don't know. I didn't want to say give me something I know and I'm comfortable with. That's something that I don't know. Yeah.
I was here just to test you. We're going to go with that.
Yeah. No, I like it. What do you think about it?
I think it's pretty good. So the trick is here that I might not have told you is here on Wives Uncorked, we review all bottles of wine under $20. So for those so for baseball wives that are balling on a budget, or any girls, that are just looking to pick up a reasonable bottle of wine, and I always say, I take forever to pick out my wine in the aisle of Target. So this is we're doing a brutally honest review, to let people know, hey, should they pick up this bottle or should they stray from it? You already said, what did you say kind of fruit you smelled? Black, did you say?
Blackberry-ish.
Okay.
I don't know. It just tasted really fruity right off the bat, more than a sugary sweet. I was like, oh, fruity. Yeah.
I would agree with that, and I can't argue because you do have more knowledge than me. But besides that, Margaret, you are a health enthusiast. What do you do with the boys on game nights for dinner?
Oh my gosh. Well, all my baseball girlfriends would just start laughing if they heard you ask me that, because I pack whatever we're supposed to be eating for dinner. I just sneak it in to my bag. And, you have to become friends with all the ushers, because they obviously see the food I'm bringing in, and normally it's not allowed. But I'm like, oh, hey, Jim, it's us again. Wink, wink. Let me bring this food in. And, the girls are just okay, what's for dinner tonight, Margaret? And it's usually, something easy, a red lentil pasta, chicken, rice, and a vegetable. That's, the easiest thing I could do at a baseball game. And my girlfriends would be like, Margaret, it reeks over here. I'm like, sorry guys, it's broccoli, but it's Rector's favorite vegetable, so just get over it. I'm giving them a health lesson while showing them what I'm teaching my kids. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like my children act up and they don't sleep well if they're eating bad food, and that's on me. That makes my life harder. So I give them the good stuff, and yeah.
That's a really good parenting tip.
Oh, good.
Well, I don't have kids, but for when I do, but that's something I wouldn't have thought about, because most parents are like, oh, my kids are acting up, let me hurry up and go through the McDonald's drive-through to shut them up, kind of thing. So that's an interesting perspective on it. Hey, I know Nate's been in Pawtucket, right? it's pretty easy to sneak food in there.
Is it really? He
You
finished
haven't
the Pawtucket, but I've never
been?
been to the Pawtucket Stadium.
Oh my God, it's the easiest one. Like, you don't have to go through security at all. They're like the only ones with like a special back tunnel that you go through. Wives will literally bring like bottles of wine in their purse, so you'll be all set.
Oh my gosh! Okay, great. Wonderful.
So you can bring a Merlot with your lentils when you go visit.
with my lentils and my broccoli and avocado.
Yeah,
perfect.
So you don't travel with him then?
Last year I actually stayed home because I was pregnant with Gunner, and Riker was 2, so I stayed home for the majority of the part with all of our doctor appointments, and visited him in Portland. But that was the first year we did that. So I'm, with kids, it's just so much harder to jump in the car and stay in a hotel for a couple days. So
what's single mom life like?
Oh my gosh, I never thought I'd be able to relate to single mothers. And there's no way I'm like ever saying I'm on the same page with you, because I am not. But I did experience that for 6 months, and it's just, it's just a mental battle. You got to wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm in control of my thoughts. Am I going to have a good day, or am I going to have a bad day? Because you wake up every day missing, well, I did, missing Tate, missing being together as a family. Watching Riker grow up without him around for 6 months was really hard. And I was also pregnant and super tired and hungry. But like I wouldn't look back and say that was a really hard time of life, because I was just like, okay, this is what we've got, and we're just going to be positive, because I hate when I'm just negative all the time. It makes my life harder. So I just tell myself, be positive and life will be easier.
That's a really good perspective. I'm sure that helps Nate, because honestly, like, that's a big thing in baseball is, a mental routine. Do you guys have any sort of like mental routine along with, your healthy eating and things like that?
I mean, not really. I like to meditate, but Tate, would never meditate. Actually, I think he's tried it a couple times, but because he's just sweet like that. But I'm huge on like meditating and understanding what you're thinking. But as for my kids and Tate, I'm just like, okay, you guys do you. I mean, they're guys. They have way less emotion. They don't have crazy pregnancy, postpartum hormones raging. So
I was just telling Ty about that. I'm like, you guys get it so easy. It's kind of bull crap.
Yeah, but we end up being tough because we have to go through the harder circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's just got to do it.
Yes, exactly. Guys have a lot of options. Yeah. They end up being the biggest babies in the family.
They really are the biggest babies. All right, Margaret, give me a smell. I don't know if you already had the wine or if you remember the smell or if you have it still with you, but can you give me a little?
I do. I have the bottle.
All right, cool. Give it a little sniff for me and tell me what you think.
I mean, I'm just getting fruit, like super fruity.
All right.
Do you smell that?
Yeah, I think so too. For sure.
Oh, here on the back, of course. Blackberry, blueberry. Yep. I didn't get the spice.
You know what? I never get the spice, and I feel like bottles always say that. I don't know if like they add it in there just to make it sound diverse, or if they're really telling the truth. But
yeah. Well, I would tell girls, like, if you're, I mean, I feel like guys would like this with the steak. I feel like they just like more strong stuff. I'd be like, if you're making a date night or like making a steak for your man, get him this. I would definitely suggest this one.
I like that, and we'll save money on the wine and maybe spend a little bit more on the steak. There's our little truth behind it. Yeah. All right, Margaret, favorite minor league city?
Favorite minor league city? People think I'm crazy, but I would say Salem, Virginia.
Oh, no, I don't love Salem. No way. You are crazy.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Portland and Greenville were amazing cities, but I feel like our time in Salem was the sweetest season for us, because that's when we had Riker. It was a very slow-paced life, slow city, beautiful. I honestly don't think I could say favorite. They're all so different.
Mm.
I don't think I'd say Portland, but
really,
no. I mean,
that's
I love food.
my fave.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I love the food.
So good.
I don't know. Maybe it's just I grew up suburbs, middle of the United States in St. Louis, Missouri. So like I resonate with more of a Greenville and Salem.
Okay, that makes
vibe.
sense. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Well, and also the cool thing about Salem is like you're kind of like baseball's just getting started there. Like it's almost like your founding memories. So I see where you're going with that. Greenville, I was pissed because we're from North Carolina and I was still in high school and Ty was in Greenville and we actually were just talking about this in another segment. He freaking got mad and punched the mound, and that's so not like him, and so he never was back in Greenville again. He was sent to Florida, and I was so mad. It was like the one that was convenient to home.
Oh
but
my God.
I was so pissed. So maybe that's why I don't have a good taste for Greenville.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe
It's
that's
all
why
about
I
the
like
experience that we had. Yeah.
Right. So, anyway, enough about me. What does a routine look like in your household, especially during quarantine right now? You got two little men running all around.
Yes. Routine. Well, I have been waking up around like 5 or 5:30 in the morning. We go to bed pretty early, so it's not very difficult for me. But like I need 2 hours in the morning to myself. I can deal with an hour, but I just want a lot of time for myself. To like do my meditation, do my stretches, and then work before the kids wake up. And then normally Tate goes to work out, and I do like reading time or go on a walk or something that's like stimulating their brains. And then by the time we get back, it's around like 11. So lunchtime, then just free play, then naps, and that's my free time. And then dinner as a family, because it's so nice to have dinner as a family right now. It doesn't happen in season. And then just kind of whatever, like a movie or go visit family, go to the snow cone store, shop or whatever. But like that is legitimately like our everyday. It kind of revolves around the kids' naps, if I'm being honest.
Absolutely.
But outside time, reading time, nap time, that's our priority right now. So that's kind of what our routine is.
You got it down pretty good though. What's it like, baseball games? It's not like a typical 9 to 5 job. Like, what do you do with two little ones with a bedtime? I mean, a game could end at 1 a.m. for God's sake.
Oh my gosh, I know. Well, Gunnar hasn't even watched Tate play yet. He's 7 months old. He was born in November, so he hasn't even. And we never like made it up to the Florida games. So I haven't done 2 yet, but we just put Margaret to bed at 11, and he woke up at 11. So
wow.
I'm
no way.
These kids are unreal.
I
kind of just like didn't give them a choice. I was like, look, I like watching baseball. You guys want to watch baseball with me, regardless, and so let's just make it work. So that's what we ended up doing.
Margaret, first thing you guys are going to do if baseball does come back?
What are we going to do when we hear baseball comes back? I don't know. I feel like we might be sad. I don't know if that's the right answer, but I feel like we'll say, well, okay, here we go again. Like that's just, come robotic out of our mouths. But I feel like we'll be sad because we've been enjoying our family time so much. But it'll still be like, okay, now Tate can wake up and like have purpose and, work towards something again. It's weird, just this gray area of like when or what or whatever. But we're just, family time. It's just going to be sad when we can't have family dinner.
Yeah. Well, post baseball, what would that look like for you guys then? What would Nate pick up and do so that you could get that family time?
Like what does our postseason, like off season look like?
Yeah. Postseason, does he have a job then? And even past baseball, like if baseball was over tomorrow, what would he want to do?
Oh my gosh. He'd go play golf on tour, probably.
Really?
Yes, that's like his low-key dream. That's how much he
awesome.
loves it. And he's just got this itch. Like, if he wasn't playing baseball, he'd be dying. Like, he has this competitive itch in him at all times. Like, he can't turn it off. It's very wild. And I've been in sports my whole life, and I've never met anybody like him. He's just like so athletically inclined. It's strange. But like also pretty cool. But he'd totally stay in sports, I'm sure.
That's cool. But not many
Yeah.
people say that. You know, a lot of them come up with pull crap out of their butt that, you know, you would never guess that a baseball player would do. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he do anything in the off season? Like, does he coach or any seasonal jobs?
He does like a couple lessons and camps here and there. But I think that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
When he in his off season, it's kind of like my turn to focus on my work. Which is nice because during season I only have a certain amount of hours that I can get to myself. And I feel like I need to give more to my kids during that time anyway. So off season I'm like, yes, okay, I get to do some stuff for me. And so it's actually pretty enjoyable. So he's kind of a stay-at-home dad, golfer, while I make some money.
What do you do for work?
I work for Beauty Counter, a non-toxic and clean beauty counter line. So they sell skincare products and makeup products without chemicals and, dangerous ingredients that are going to cause hormone disruption, allergy flare-ups. I just am such a guru for getting rid of toxins in your life. And this company, I've been with them for 4 years. And it's like clean beauty. I'm sure you've seen this. This clean beauty trend is legitimately on fire right now because of the amount of hormone disruptions and fertility issues that are going on right now. Everyone's like finding that the link is just toxic overload in your food and this is crazy, even in your wine, even in your skincare products. And so everybody's just jumping on the clean beauty boat right now. So all I do pretty much is just inform people, and as soon as I tell them, because you don't know what you don't know, as soon as I inform them about what they're putting on their skin and what they're putting in their bodies and on their kids' bodies, then they're like, okay, sign me up. And so I just share what I'm passionate about, and I make money from it, which is pretty incredible.
Well, Margaret, for those that want to find out more and, want to really see the benefits and be a little bit more informed, how can they, get a hold of you?
Through my Instagram at Margaret.Matheny, or I share a lot about it on my YouTube too, on like Day in the Life vlogs, or I also have a blog, MargaretMatheny.com. I have like a little bit of everything. And then my beauty counter link is just beautycounter.com/MargaretMatheny. But I would just tell anyone, if they're interested, DM me on Instagram, because that's where I am most of the time. And I just want to help people figure out how to just live a less toxic life. That's just my goal and what I'm passionate about. So whether it's food, beauty products, relationships, anything, I just want to help women, get rid of toxins to live their life. So I'm happy to talk to anybody about anything.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for that. So you guys heard her. DM her on Instagram. She's a guru of all things health. And Margaret, one last thing before I let you go. For a bottle of wine under $20, even though this isn't your favorite style of wine, we're going to rank it on a 1 to 10 for bottles under 20. What would you give it? And you're not going to hurt my feelings.
Well, you know what? For Zinfandel, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like super strong, kick you in the butt. So I'd say like, I've watched those P3 reviews. You can't say it's a straight number because that's better. I'd say like 5.9.
5.9. All right.
5,
yeah, I'd
5.
give it a 5. So we'll meet right there in the middle.
Okay, great. Well, that's good.
Thank you so much for your time. Good luck. I hope quarantine and no baseball lasts a little bit longer just for you guys' sanity. I'm happy to hear you're enjoying it. And best of luck to you and Tate.
Thank you so much. So good to talk to you.
You too, Margaret. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Anytime. Thank you for tuning in to Wives Uncorked. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on a brand new bottle of wine every single week here on Behind the Lights.